Jack, disappointing to be out the FA Cup, but you'll take great heart from the performance against the Championship side.
Yeah, I think we said that in there. We're really disappointed, obviously, not to come away with, to get through to the next round. I think you could see out there we were. I personally think we were worthy winners. We had quite a few chances as well, especially in the first half, and I think we can take confidence. Obviously, they're a Championship side. I think we more than matched them. We've got a few tired legs out there, and probably so did they. But yeah, I think all in all, we're pretty disappointed.
Yourself, I mean, all of you putting your body on the line. Certainly, that extra time looked like it was a. They didn't threaten massively. They had one shot, I think, but it looked tiring, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's tough extra time. I don't think I thought, to be fair, I thought it was straight to penalty. I think earlier rounds, I think it might have been, and then even like towards the end of the game when the number 9 come on, I'm not sure of his name, but when you've got tired legs and you see a new striker on, you're thinking, but I thought, to be fair, the young lad who come on, Jack, was brilliant. I think, how old is he, 17, 18? To come in and step in a game like that, the magnitude of it essentially for him is massive, and he showed great composure. His defending was good, and he kind of just slotted in like a regular, normal first teamer. So credit to him and credit to all the lads, to be fair, digging in extra time. It's difficult, it's tiring the legs, especially after the schedule we've got. I think the schedule that we had was so gruelling, like 4 games in 10 days. When you've got to give everything as a footballer, it's so demanding. My body now is probably not in the best of ways, but again, everyone's in the same boat, and I hope fans can see kind of what we give out there today. There was nothing left on the pitch, and that should be the case every time we step on the pitch, especially wearing MK Don's shirt. With the minimum we can give is 100%, and I think we showed that tonight in abundance.
I mean, it is tough, isn't it? You come off that schedule. It's always been the same, I suppose, but 4 or 5 games over Christmas, and then straight into the 3rd round of the FA Cup. I mean, if it hadn't been that, it would have been Gillingham away, which would have been a big league game. So
yeah,
there's that period. There is kind of no rest, is there?
No rest at all. And every game, like you said, Gillingham, every game is massive for us now. The position we're in, the Christmas period, I'd probably say was relatively disappointing for us. I think picking up 1 win, was it 2 draws and a loss? We'd set ourselves higher targets. I think with the players that we've got, the management team we've got, I think we expect to do better, especially the Chesterfield game when you've got a 2-0 lead. I think with the players that we've got, we should be coming away with 3 points. So we were massively disappointed with that one. I think if we'd come away with that with 3 points, you kind of look at the Christmas period with a relatively good return. But I just think this FA Cup game gave us a bit of a release from the league. It was quite important. I think boys out there could showcase the levels they've got. Championship side, I don't think you could name a player that looked miles away from the level. So it just showed that the team that we've got and the spirit we've got, we can match anyone when we're on our day.
Yeah, I mean, there's a kind of a theory, I suppose, that the level of players that are at MK Dons are almost slightly better suited to the way a Championship side or a League One side would play. Just a little bit more time maybe on the ball and less frenetic, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you could potentially see that. I think when you play teams in League Two, no disrespect to the teams because they're all really good teams and they offer different threats. But sometimes teams might sit in and it might be difficult to break them down. Whereas I think you could see tonight on transition period when they committed men, and then we had quite a few runners going through the top line like Aaron and Scotty. We were able to find those spaces, and we probably had more chances tonight than we might have done in a normal league game, which is weird really when it's a Championship side. But I just think we need to use tonight as a confidence booster going into the rest of the league campaign, because if we can match it against the Championship side, then essentially we should be competing really well in League Two.
That first half, obviously Aaron Collins put you ahead, had another chance, didn't he? There was I think 5 or 6, maybe not all great chances. Scott Hogan had 2 or 3 efforts as well, a header that went just wide, and but chances to have maybe against a side lacking a little bit of confidence. That second goal might have killed it off, really.
Yeah, I think it would have been crucial for us, but again, that's football. We can't dwell on that, and I think, like I said, we had chances throughout the match. I remember the one where Colo went in, especially where the keeper pulled off a good save. But I just thought, like I said, the lads' character, everything about us tonight, I was really, really proud to be part of the team. I just think everyone gave everything they had, and that's what it's all about. Of course, we're equally disappointed we've not got through the tie, but I just like what I said to you before, we need to use that as confidence now, stepping into the league campaign, because Accrington's just as big of a game, if not bigger than tonight. So all focus will be on that now. We'll get a bit of rest and we'll be raring to go.
Had a hand in more than a hand, but an assist in the goal as well. Played in, and you can't. It was because there was a line of you outside the penalty area, wasn't there? And you broke to the left.
Yeah, there's a few. Potsy, to be fair, goes through set pieces, and sometimes we've not been. Well, I think sometimes this season we've not been as good as we should have attacking set piece. I think we've got a good. There's me, Marv, Pato, Gills. We've good height that attack the ball quite well. So I think we should probably do better. I think from set pieces. But I thought tonight I was confident going up for corners, thinking I'm going to win the headers, and yeah, luckily I've headed one, and I think someone else might have nudged it onto Colo, but I know I obviously won the first contact, which was quite important.
And then you scored your penalty. What happens in that bit? Do you know you're taking one before the game, or is it you come up with the extra time done and the manager looks at you and says, right, who fancies it?
No, there was nothing said before the game, to be fair. I think it was just a case of like how tired boys' legs were. I know Colo probably would have taken the penalty, but massively fatigued, so that's probably the reason he didn't want one. And then the gaffer just says to the boys, like, if you want a penalty, then we'll put you down, basically. So I'm more than happy to take a penalty. If I miss. It's just part of the game. It's a toss of a coin who I think wins a penalty shootout. Like I said, any player that misses the penalty, like, hats off to them anyway, because it takes good courage stepping up. So there's nothing towards Lecco or Lemon Evans, because respect for them to stand up there and take a penalty.
I've got to say, as you were stepping up, I thought, oh, he'll put his foot through it, but you caressed it into the corner.
Is that what you were thinking?
I thought you would.
To be fair, I was thinking if I'd missed, quite a few boys might have been thinking, what am I doing taking a penalty? But no, to be fair, I've not taken many in important games, but like sometimes in training or whatever, I'd be confident taking a penalty, so I thought, why not? And luckily it went in.
A disappointing way to lose any game, though, isn't it? Because as you say, there's no way of getting through a penalty shootout without somebody missing, a crucial spot kick. Yeah,
penalties is just one of those things, isn't it? You kind of just pray that there's an outcome probably before the penalty shootout, because, like I said, I think we were worthy winners of the game. But when it gets to a penalty shootout, it's a complete toss of a coin. It's just one of those things, and unfortunately we're on the wrong side of it tonight. But again, like what I said, if you've got the courage to take a penalty, then hats off to you.
A couple of new players have come in. Ben Wiles, obviously, and Jay Mateta. What did you think of their performance tonight?
No, I think they're going to be a really good addition to the squad. I think you could see Ben in the first half, especially, was really creative, good on the ball, driving forward, and then Jay, I think you could see when he come on, he gives us that presence, his tenacity, tackling. He gets about and he can drive forward really well with the ball. So I think they're going to be great additions for us. I think already we've got a really good squad, which I hope we can perform a bit better than maybe what we've done over the Christmas period. But we've got some really good players still, and I'm just sure I'm hoping that we reach the heights that we set out to do.
It's just maybe putting that run together, because I think you've won, 4 in the league in a row, but other than that, it's been a couple at a time, and so just to get that 3, 4, 5 wins is probably what you'll need to get promoted.
Yeah, I think that's so important. I think Bromley did they do 5 wins on the bounce, and you can see what it does to the league table. So it's important for us to get a run together. We know the situation we're in. We know the targets we've got to reach. We've got a really good group of players. We've got a really good management staff, and it's up to us to deliver on the pitch, because the supporters back us really well. Home and away, and I'm sure they expect kind of what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah, crucial kind of month still, isn't it? This, because you've got 8 days now, which is probably you're thinking, thank goodness for that, because after that schedule. But then it's into it. You've got we got a midweek game and playing the likes of Grimsby and who were close and around them.
Yeah, it's important that you pick up points against the teams around you, because essentially you want to get further away from them. But like I say, any game that we play in this division is as big as the other. So we're really looking forward to the Accrington game. And like I said, hopefully we can use this game as a bit of confidence. And like I said, if we're at it on our day, I can't see many teams living with us.
When you see a kid like Jack come on alongside you, like say 16, 17, 18, it's a tough position to come into, isn't it, at centre half, especially against Championship.
Yeah, especially because I always relate back what I would have been doing at 16, 17. I was at college, not playing like football essentially. So for him to be playing at that age, at that level, to come on with he just slotted in completely well. He talks well for a young boy, which is really important. And yeah, hats off to him, hats off to the academy for producing players like him. I thought, to be fair as well, I thought Trippy was brilliant when he come on. He didn't look out of place. I think Trippy's one of them where he's got so much ability, but he showed it tonight in abundance. Do you know what I mean? You're just desperate for him to show it more. But we all know in there that he's got tons of ability. And I think essentially when he come on, he was brilliant as well. Some good tackles. He was running forward with the ball. So all the two young boys that come on, I think, were brilliant and helped us in the game, which is important.
There was a moment, I think, where you just looked over at Jack and you just said, "You're right, mate.
Yeah.
Take your time with it, because it's easy, isn't it, to rush things and to get ahead of yourself." Yeah,
of course. Like I said, it's so frantic, especially coming on with a game like that. It's not as if we were winning or they were winning. The game was so open, so it was just about trying to keep him close, me off in and Jack close together as a unit. And apart from the chance they had at the end, where I probably could have done better, but I completely cramped up, they didn't really have much on our goal. So that just shows again the team that we've got. I think we've limited a championship team to not many opportunities at all. I think they were dangerous in the wide areas, but we kind of said before the game we're happy to see them run down the line, but hopefully we can deal with the balls that come in the box. And I think on a whole we dealt with it quite well.